Yeah, I didn't even think about it like that, bro. That's
Because here's the thing, TJ, you are the expert. So you can tell somebody on a call where they are wrong.
well, it's just like do the sales process better, basically.
So in today's video, I'm giving you a sneak peek into what it looks like to be a part of my scaling blueprint mastermind. And this is where, I take people who have proven offers and proven results in their industry, and I scale them to, $1 million a year or more by focusing on their sales, how they're positioning their offer, their marketing and the messaging that they have in their messaging and the marketing that they do, establishing a consistent traffic source, helping them build their team, and ratchet up the whole system to about $80,000 to $100,000 a month in total volume, which equates to about $60,000 to $80,000 a month in profit. So often our clients will even profit $1 million a year selling online coaching. This is a very high-level coaching call with one of my clients, TJ, who sells sales coaching to car salespeople. So a lot of sales going on in this intro video here. But really, I'm just helping him reposition his offer and rethink what it is that he does for his clients so that he can justify a higher ticket price. Because he told me, hey Trey, I want to build a team. And I said, do not build a team until you can sell this for significantly more. And so this is us sitting down and starting to sort of hammer away at how to justify a higher ticket price for his offer. So if you're selling a $1,000 or $2,000 offer and you'd like to sell a $5,000 to $10,000 offer, this call is going to show you how, okay? So I hope that you enjoy the video, you take some key takeaways from it, and this is going to be, just a very plain walkthrough on how to raise your price from $1,000 to $5,000 to $10,000 as a coach or as a service delivery person without even necessarily changing the actual service, just changing how you're framing it for everybody. Very, very powerful. Hopefully you enjoy.
My man. What's good, Trey? How you doing, man?
Doing good, dude. Putting in work on the new program. That's pretty much all I've been working on. So just recording it module by module. Got the whole overview right here. It's really good, dude. It's really good. About like I'd say about like 1/5 the way through. So yeah, making steady progress. Maybe more like 1/6 the way through. But now I'm just going through like the mental reprogramming training. Like the stuff we have in CB is pretty good. But like I want to make it more of an emphasis in CB 2.0 because like we barely talk about it right now in CB. Like everybody's so obsessed with like I don't know all the tactical, and it's like look like that's just so not the game. Like it's really just the idea like you ask the right questions, you're gonna get the right answers. You're looking for the right thing, you're gonna freaking find it. It's like right now, 6 months ago, I decided I want to aim for $10 million a year. Had no idea how I was going to do it. I started asking the question like, what do I do next? What do I do next? And the answers just started showing up. It's like, oh, I need to fix this. Then I need to do this. Then I need to do this. And it's just, it starts showing up. So I don't know, man, just kind of talking about that in the program right now, just about like confirmation bias. You're going to find whatever you're looking for. But that's where my brain's at. So I could rant about that for an hour, but I know we want to talk about your offer and charging more for it before you build up a team, dude. So I'm excited to work with you and make that happen.
Yeah, dude, 100%. I was glad that, I appreciate you for, shooting me an offer at dinner, bro. I was like, June was a little bit of a not necessarily a step back because like as soon as I get this offer down, bro, like I'm trying to smash July, dude. Like I want to hit it out the ballpark for July. I feel comfortable. Like picked up some momentum again after the little trip. Like past, I want to say like 4 days. I booked like 10 calls for like next week. So I'm like ready to mow these down, dude. So with where I'm at, like I think the my offer at this point, I already reworked the high ticket. Like I spent the time to do that because right after you told me to do it, I was like, all right, fuck it. Like I'm just go after it. Just take it at face value and just do it, implement it. I've been learning to be more coachable a little bit, where it's just like if I just hear something from somebody that's a little bit further along the game, just like try it and just implement it for as fast as you possibly can, right? Like that's the name of the game.
Totally, dude. Like a lot of the time, the reason why somebody doesn't implement it is just because it conflicts with their current beliefs. So like, oh, it couldn't work for X reason. You know what I mean? But like in order to grow, it's really just creating a new belief system. You know what I mean? So sometimes it's like, I could either sit here and justify why I think you should do that, or you just do it and see that I'm right.
Yeah. I was like, I had that for like a split second after we got off the call. I was like, well, Trey hasn't sold the sales guys and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, well, just hold on, TJ. Like, just listen to it for 1 second. Like, fucking listen to it. Like, he's right in
I'm curious that belief. Trey hasn't sold the sales guys. What do you mean?
Yeah, well, it was just like it's more of like an industry thing where I was like, well, does he know my industry like as well as I do? You know, it's just like that's where I kind of had like a conflicting like side of it because there's plenty of people that I've talked to also have an opinion with like these sales guys will like they'll barely spend like 200 $500 on themselves, right? There's that conflicting view, but then I'm like, wait a second, there's a lot of weight to what you've said, right? It's just like,
Dude,
well, these are just
so 100%, man. Yeah, and that's what our brains do, dude. They look for reasons why like we don't need to change. You know what I mean? That's all they do all day. It's just like they want to stay the way that they are because it's like it's easy. We're burning less calories doing that, so it's just gonna stay where it is. But dude, like I'm gonna be honest, my work is like very clear cut for our relationship. Like I just want to have a conversation about what it is that you're selling, how you're selling it, why people buy it, and then show you how to reframe it to justify a $5,000 ticket. That's it. And it literally could take me 20 minutes. I'm not even kidding. We've got multiple calls. We can use them however you want to use them, but to be honest, it's very straightforward. So like, I think the best way to run this call right now is consider me a prospect. You've identified where I am now, where I want to get, the gap, why I can't get there myself and everything. And now you are, presenting the offer. So I would say, obviously you can even make a fake circumstance with me, but almost just like a little bit of role play where I'm just going to kind of shut up and listen and hear how it is that you're positioning this thing. Okay. And then as I'm hearing gaps in the way that you're positioning it, I'm going to fill them and coach you through those. And then I'm also going to adjust the way that you justify the ticket price and show you how I would do that. Okay. So does that sound good to you?
Yeah, no, for sure, man. I have a sales call where I pitched this exact offer yesterday. We can kind of pick that apart if you want like a super
Let's do that.
Like
it's a better idea for sure.
One of my favorite sales calls I've ever ran. I didn't close it, but I was like, dude, this is it,
Cool. All right, I hear you. Yeah, let's dive into that and we'll kind of just like play by play that. And you're selling this for 2,000, right now?
No, this is I pitched this one for 6K.
Okay, solid.
Rusty, my man.
Hey, how's it going?
Dude, it's great. Hey, am I saying that correctly? Rusty?
Yeah, no, Rushdie, you got it.
Rusty. Ah, I love that, man. Is that are you what's your ethnicity, man?
Albanian.
Albanian. That's an interesting one, man. I haven't heard of that. How was your trip, man? Tell me about it.
It was good, fun. We got a wedding, went to Turkey for a week, went to Kosovo, Macedonia, visited a couple of the surrounding countries.
Nice. So was it your wedding?
No, my cousin.
Ah, nice. That's awesome, man. I've never been out to that side of the world, man, but I know I definitely want to plan a trip to Europe at some point. It seems really nice. What's the weather like out there?
Weather was like 90 degrees over there.
Wow, really? Damn, I would have thought like it's like kind of like cold or like gross out,
No, it was getting warm towards the end.
That's sick, man. Yeah, are you back home? Like, what state are you from?
Florida, Sarasota.
Florida, dude, that's pretty dope. I know it's really it's different out there. That's what I hear.
It's different, very humid right now this time of year.
Yeah, like the culture's a little bit wild. It's a very right state.
Yeah, I mean, it depends where you're at.
Yeah, for sure.
No, but it's good right now.
Do you usually spend this much time with like small talk and introduction stuff?
More about
a little bit sometimes. Depends on the prospect, man. Like if they're depends on their vibe.
It's often.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, what I want to do, man, is I just want to like get a good gauge for like where you're at, understand like where you're trying to go, right, and really understand if we're a good fit getting you there, right. And if it seems like I can help you out, then I'll shoot you an offer. We can get started with something today. But if it doesn't make sense, then no hard feelings. It's water under the bridge. Does that sound fair?
Yeah, fair enough.
Cool.
Okay. So go back a little bit there. I want to hear how you positioned the intro to the call real quick.
This off and get us started.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically what I want to do, man, is I just want to like get a good gauge for like where you're at, understand like where you're trying to go, right? And really understand if we're a good fit getting you there, right? And if it seems like I can help you out, then I'll shoot you an offer. We can get started with something today. But if it doesn't make sense, then no hard feelings. It's water under the bridge. Does that sound fair?
Yeah, fair
No,
enough.
dude, like honestly, even like instead of no hard feelings, it's water under the bridge. It's literally like if it sounds like I can help and it sounds like we're a good fit, I'll explain what I have to offer and how it works and everything. And then at the end, you can make a decision whether you want to move forward or not. Sound good? You know what I mean? Because like even from the start, you're like giving them an out.
Okay.
Like I mean, you're a sales guy, you know. I'm sure that makes sense to you. But like from the very start, like you wanna get them as much in the frame of mind as possible from the very beginning. So it's not even like if it's not a good fit, it's no, it's water in the bridge. Like because it's not really like it's either a yes or a no. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you know, I wouldn't be using that line as much. Maybe that's one thing I would adjust, especially for like just a higher ticket offer. It's like you really want them to know, like, look, there's a big commitment at the end of this if this makes sense. It's like I've found that if I say that, if I say like, look, this is a big commitment. If it makes sense, we'll get started today. If it's not, then I'll tell you why, kind of a thing.
Mhm.
That's the frame of mind because then it's so interesting how it works, dude. Like if they feel loosey goosey about that end commitment, they will also feel loosey goosey about their answers to your questions. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, if this is a big commitment, there's a lot of financial involved and everything. Like then they're gonna almost dial in and tune into actually answering your questions and really getting into that zone for the call. Right. So
Interesting.
yeah, dude. So I'm not like, hey, if you decide it's not a good fit, it's no big deal. It's like I'm in charge. I'll tell you if it's not a good fit and I'll tell you why, you know. And I even sometimes I'll say like, yeah, like 30, 40%, you know, end up working with us. The rest it's just not a good fit for various reasons. You know what I mean? And typically I'll just tell them why that is. So on this call, just ask you a bunch of questions, you know, about your business and the application you sent through and everything. If it sounds like I can help, it sounds like we're a good fit. I'll explain what I have to offer and how that works and everything. And then at the end, you can make a decision whether you want to be a part of it or not. Sound good? You know,
Yeah, sure.
because like, yeah, because like the water under the bridge thing is just definitely not serving you.
Okay, cool. Because I've used that a couple times for sure.
Yeah, that's not serving. Let's keep going. This is interesting.
So I guess kind of walk me through, man. Like, what motivated you to hop on the call?
I figured I want to see what you have to say and what it is you do exactly. I understand you mentioned something about Facebook ads. Because I do like I told you before, I do a lot of Facebook myself, but not ads specific. Which is pretty good to me.
Cool. So you've done some marketing on your own, but now it's just like, curiosity killed the cat, right? It's just like, well, how the hell do I scale? Like, you're hearing like, oh, you can scale, you can get leads, right? So it's kind of like, okay, let's just check out what this cat has, right? Like, let's see what he's got.
Exactly.
Okay, fair enough. Dope. So obviously, you're just looking to scale and somewhere first, scale your business, essentially.
Sure. Absolutely.
Okay, makes sense. So kind of walk me through, man. Like, I guess how long have you been in the business? How many cars a month do you typically sell? Kind of fill me in there.
Sure. Last year was averaging 17 cars. I've been doing it for 8 years with for the last 4.5, I've been doing it with Jaguar Land Rover, a local store here.
Yeah.
Been with BMW for 2 years, a year with Toyota, so total 8 years in sales.
Okay, so now you're at a Range Rover, Land Rover, Jaguar, right? Right.
Yep.
All right. Okay, and with where you're at, you're selling an average of 17 units.
Correct.
Okay, cool. So like, where are you trying to get to, man? What's the goal?
Well, I like to stay minimum that or more.
Dude, let me draw out a little visual for you. So like, there's a few stages to a sales call. So I mean, dude, I mean, you're a sales coach. You can even use some of this stuff like for you guys or whatever. But I mean, jumping straight from where they were to where they want to get without defining why they don't want to be where they are anymore is like you're losing so much meat. You know what I mean? So like, it's the stages kind of look like this first bit here is small talk, like you did.
Yeah.
Very good. And then we're kind of going into this stage right here, which is sort of defining their current state, their current situation. Yeah. And as a byproduct of their current state, it's also the pain and why they don't want to be there anymore. So like, so you're like, I like to say like, dude, you're selling 17 cars a month. Like that's a pretty good commission rate. Like correct me if I'm wrong. That's like $7 or $8 grand a month in commission, right? And like, yeah, it's like, okay. So like, why do you want more, dude? Like why not stay there? Because like, if you're going to work with me, it's gonna be a lot of work. I'm gonna be honest, it's gonna be a lot of work. It's like, why not like show where you're at, you're bringing in a good amount of money. So help me understand like what your thinking is. Like, is there a bigger play for you? Is it just like a personal motivation that want a better lifestyle? Like, what is it? So then we understand why they don't want to be there anymore. Right.
Mhm.
So current situation, and then the pain associated with your current situation. So, you went from current situation, they told you 17 a month, and you're like, okay, dope. How many do you want? And I'm sure that once you get to desired situation, you spend some time on their why, I'm sure you do. But if you don't spend some time on the why here, you're losing meat. You know what I mean?
Got the problem, why they're there, right?
You want to know why they don't want to be where they are anymore. Yes.
Before I even